Right now, oil is at $89 a barrel. Goldman Sachs is warning that CPI could hit 4% or higher this year. And if you have money sitting in a standard savings account, you are losing purchasing power every single day. In this video, I am going to give you 5 specific ways to protect your money from inflation, ranked from easiest to most powerful. Each one is actionable today. This is Wealth Realist. Some assets win during inflation. Some assets lose. The winners: stocks, real estate, gold, I-Bonds, TIPS, and HYSA accounts. These all have one thing in common: their value or yield rises with inflation. The losers: cash in a checking account, long-term fixed-rate bonds, CDs below inflation, and savings accounts paying near zero. The most dangerous account in America right now: a Chase or Bank of America savings account, paying 0.01% APY, while inflation runs at 4%. You are losing almost 4% per year, guaranteed. Here are the 5 ways, in order of priority and ease. Way 1, make your cash earn 4 to 5%. Way 2, invest in stocks and index funds. Way 3, real estate and REITs. Way 4, gold and commodities. Way 5, TIPS bonds and the VTIP ETF. Let us go through each one. Way 1, and the easiest one to do today: stop letting your emergency fund and short-term cash earn nothing. High-yield savings accounts, HYSAs, are paying 4 to 5% annually. Right now. Marcus by Goldman Sachs, 4.9% APY. Ally Bank, 4.75%. Both are FIFTIC insured. Both have no fees. Both take 5 minutes to open online. Compare that to Chase, which pays 0.01%. On a $100,000 emergency fund. Marcus earns $4,900 per year. Chase earns $10 per year. That is 490 times less money. For longer-term cash, 1 to 5 years. Add I-Bonds from treasurydirect.gov. Current rate, 4.69%. Adjusts with CPI every 6 months. Backed entirely by the U.S. government. Limit of $10,000 per person per year. Way 2. Invest in stocks, specifically index funds. The math is straightforward. The S&P 500 has returned an average of 9.8% per year over the last 30 years. Inflation has averaged 3.2% over the same period. Your real return after inflation is 6.6% per year. $10,000 at 6.6% real return becomes $18,900. In 10 years, in actual purchasing power. For most people, VU, SPY, or VTI. Total market index funds. Lowest cost, highest long-term return. One purchase gives you 500 companies. Right now, also consider XLE, the energy ETF. Oil at $89 directly benefits energy companies. And VIM or SHT, dividend growth ETFs. Pay dividends that grow above inflation every year. Way 3, real estate. Here is why real estate is one of the most powerful inflation hedges. Your mortgage is fixed. But the property value and the rent you can charge rise with inflation. You borrowed $300,000 at 6%. Inflation pushes the house to $360,000 in 3 years. You win on the asset side. And if you rent it, your $2,000 a month becomes $2,400 a month. You win on the income side too. If you cannot buy physical property, use VNQ. The Vanguard Real Estate ETF holds 170 properties. Pays over 4% dividend yield. Fully liquid. Available on any brokerage for as little as $1. For smaller amounts, Fundrise starts at just $10 and gives you access to commercial real estate portfolios. Way 4. Gold and commodities. You have heard me talk about gold in previous videos. It is up 28% in 12 months. Up 3.2% in the first week of the Iran war alone. Gold is not a growth investment, it is a purchasing power preserver. 5 to 10% of your portfolio in GLDM or HYSA ETF. Set it. Hold it. It does its job quietly. For direct oil exposure, XLE ETF. Energy companies benefit directly when oil is at $89. For broad commodity exposure, DJP or PDBC, a single fund covering oil, metals, and agriculture. Diversified real asset protection in one purchase. And a small amount of Bitcoin, 5% maximum, has been called digital gold by some investors. High risk. Small allocation only. Never bet the portfolio on it. Way 5, the one most investors completely overlook. TIPS, Treasury Inflation Protected Securities. Here is how they work in plain English. You buy a $1,000 TIPS bond. CPI rises 4%. Your bond is now worth $1,040. The principal adjusts automatically, by law, guaranteed by the U.S. government. Regular bonds shrink in real value when inflation rises. TIPS grow. That is the single most important difference. The easiest way to buy TIPS, VTIP, the Vanguard Short-Term Inflation Protected Securities ETF. Low cost, liquid. Short duration means less interest rate risk. Available on every major brokerage today. Alternatively, SPAPE from Schwab, the lowest cost TIPS ETF at 0.03%. Or I-Bonds directly from treasurydirect.gov, currently paying 4.69%, $10,000 per person per year limit, one bonus section, your everyday budget. Inflation hurts less if you cut where it matters. Fuel, use GasBuddy to find the cheapest station near you. Groceries. Store brands are identical to name brands, 20 to 40% cheaper. Subscriptions. Audit every recurring charge today, cancel the ones you forgot about. Utilities. Lowering your thermostat 2 degrees and switching to LED bulbs. Saves $80 to $120 per month. Insurance. Get 3 quotes. Most people overpay $400 to $600 per year. Debt. Pay off high-interest credit cards first. Inflation makes debt more expensive too. Here is your full plan by portfolio size. Under $5,000, HYSA first, build your emergency fund. Then start VU or VT Index Fund. 5 to 25,000, HYSA for emergency fund. Then 60% VU, 10% GLDM Gold, 10% VT Real Estate, 20% VTIP. 25 to 100,000. Add XLE Energy ECF at 10% and add an I-Bond 10,000 per year. 100,000 and above. Full 5-way diversification, all 5 ways working together. The rule for everyone: never hold more than 20% in cash. Inflation eats it silently while you wait. The 5 ways one more time. 1. HYSA and I-Bonds. Make your cash earn 4 to 5%, not 0. 2. Stocks and index funds. Real businesses beat inflation long term. 3. Real estate and VNQ REIT. Property values rise with prices. 4. Gold and commodities. Gleam. Hard assets hold value. 5. TIPS bonds and VTIP ETF. principal grows with CPI by law. If this was useful, please subscribe. New videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Next video: why smart investors are leaving U.S. stocks and where they are going. Free guide at everydaycalculators.com/free guide. Stay calm, stay protected. This is Wealth Realist.